You know, is it just me, or is it that Gacha Lulu Kitty is just really nostalgic? Like, I haven't used this girl since, like, I don't know, many videos ago. And I only use her now because I sort of wanted to copy Zushi's intro thing, but we don't talk about that. Anyway, hi, how are you doing, beautiful person? I'm gonna answer the Q&As you have asked me. And honestly, I don't know why I was scared. I trust you beans. You beans are cool beans. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. This one was sent by Kataria Kitten YT. If all your animation apps glitched and you lost all your progress, how would you react? Would you get up and remake it, or would you just give up? I would say I would remake it, cause this happened to my other videos before. For example, this happened in the intro of Generic Boy. All the lighting and effects just refused to let the video export, so I had to break it down into tinier parts, and then it would finally export. But there would be times where that wouldn't happen, like it happened twice. For example, in one of my recent videos, Everything Wrong with Detective Potato Pants, it exported, but the progress got lost, because the app glitched, like your question said. This also happened in Gay or European. The whole project was 3 minutes long, and it just wouldn't export. At least I had the files, so I could remake the whole thing. But for the Everything Wrong with Detective Potato Pants, I was really sad. This doesn't happen too often, but whenever it does, it's normal to get sad. Trust me, I'm on the verge of tears every time. For me, I won't let myself let a project go unfinished. I may take a long break, but I have to finish it eventually. It's for you guys, and for my own sanity. What is your favorite family tradition? Feel free to tell stories. Well, okay, this isn't a tradition in a traditional sense, but my mom makes potato fry and tomato papu dal every Saturday, and I just love it. Like, that's all I can say. I just love it. Okay, here's a silly one. If you were a child, like 5 to 7 for a day, what would you do? Honestly, if my mind went back to 7 or 5-year-olds, I would just cry. Like, for everything. I just was a big old crybaby. And I still am. I'm trying to get better, but I still am. This one was sent by aaagh Edits. What is your favorite series / mini movie / skit series you made? I just love how Generic Boy turned out. It was more cohesive than any of my stuff have ever turned out. I really like Generic Boy, I really like Tasketeer, I just like the whole concept. The whole thing was just really fun to make, and I can also rewatch it without cringing, which is always a plus. What is your favorite kawaii emoticon? Kissy Ubu face. It is snazzy and perfection. If my face had to be emoticon for a day, that would be my face. I would make that my face. It will give me the confidence I ever so lack. Do you watch Gravity Falls? If so, who's your favorite character? Mabel! Characters like Star and Mabel are just If anyone names their pig Waddles, they are just lovable. Or even getting a pig in the first place is just plain lovable. Waddles. Waddles is also an amazing character. This one was sent by AG Tangerine. How do you have so much motivation to do an episode of a Gacha Club series? Honestly, it's you guys. You don't know how much motivation I lost while making Detective Potato Pants. In fact, I was recently going to cancel season 2. But I saw how much questions you had for my characters and how interested you are in them, and I couldn't let myself do it. This one was sent by Winofi Monster. By the way, subscribe to her, she's amazing. How long does it take to write a script? Months. I like writing overviews of stories, but scripts are just boring. They are so confining, I just hate them so much. Though for stories with a lot of plot elements, like Detective Potato Pants, it's just inevitable, sadly. Do you like to paint, angst, to your characters? And who has the most tragic one? It's actually a character you guys never heard of yet. Her name is Adeline. She has a made-up disorder that's called axoraphia. I made it up, and it's just really hard to live with. I did a lot of research for this disorder, and it's just not great. In fact, the more research I did, the more terrible stuff I could find for her. But generally, I think painting my characters will give a more interesting story. This may sound very unfortunate for you future main characters, but at least you get plot armor. This one was asked by Paimon Tastes Like Sushi. What is the weirdest thing you have ever eaten? They were putting turkey at school like near Thanksgiving, so I tried it because I had no lunch from home. It just looked like this terrible mush thing. The texture was all weird and it looked really unappetizing. It just tasted like chicken. Not bad at all. I still would never eat it again though. If animals talk, what would you think would be the rudest? Roosters. Moving on. This one was asked by Kai Toadies. If you had to change your channel name to anything other than what you have right now, what would it be? Something with beans on it. Like a cute name that fits this thing, like Beanlings, or Bean Family. This question was asked by Summer. Who is your favorite OC, and which episode of DVP did you put the most effort into? My favorite OC is either Stolen or Generic Boy. Generic Boy because he's well written, and Stolen because he's cute. As for the episode that I put the most effort into, I think either episode 11 because of all the lighting in the final scenes, and episode 21 because of the beginning fight scene. This question was asked by Ichiko, of course. If you could control timeline/teleport to the future and past, which one would you most likely go to? The future! The thought of reliving cringy moments is just terrifying. This question was asked by Cheesy Orange. Will Subby Kitty make videos again? Nope. This is what she has to say about it.
I don't enjoy making gacha anymore. Plus, I can't live up to my sister's amazingness.
How do you get your story ideas? They just come to me, or I get story ideas in spite of other shows I see on TV. Detective Potato Pants came from when I watched Dark Knight. I just hate Batman. Like, he can kill everyone and he'll get applauded for it. He has zero remorse. So I thought, why not make a character who does not get away with their bad deeds, but is seen as a good person? And Generic Boy was made in spite of every generic boy in existence. Like, how did they get all these girls? It's just not realistic, like, they're so boring. Oh my gosh. This question was asked by Lulu Animation. Beautiful name, by the way. Who inspired you? A lot of A and B editors my brother showed me are just huge inspirations. But now I'm more into Bullgraph editors like Y6 Richo and Mirrorgem. But for stories, a huge inspiration is Serval Seraph. The compositing work they did for Hell of a Boss is just so amazing. I'm just in love with how much effort they put into it and how amazing it turns out. I really like their work and their skills. I just really hope I get that good someday. Why did you choose this path? I wanted to be in a place where I can share my stories and ideas with people actually enjoying them. The gacha community seemed to be a good place for that, because there's a lot of people who are looking for more original artists and creators. I also chose gacha because it just seemed easier than animating by myself. I really dislike animating. Drawing frame by frame stuff just seems so scary and I can't do it. Lastly, voice reveal. Hello, this is my voice. I hope you like it. And if you don't, I can't do anything about it. These questions were asked by Cookie Candy YT. Have you ever owned or thought about owning a guinea pig? Honestly, no. I thought about owning a cat and a duck, but not really a guinea pig. What are your pronouns? I go by she, her, but they, them is also okay. What is your nationality? I am American. Though I am Indian American because my parents are Indian. Do you want a guinea pig? I'm not sure. I want a duck though. These questions were asked by Nuna Hovi. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Which is your favorite color? Rose red, or desaturated pastel colors. Which species are you? Well, in real life I'm human. But I think my gacha character is a gray cat. Can you show us your first projects? Nope. Because my first projects are already on this channel. I don't let myself not finish a project. Heyo, can we hug you? Of course! Virtual hugs for all. Do you have a Wattpad? No, unfortunately. I never really thought about getting one either. These questions were asked by GachaGabX. Which OCs are real? None of them. Unless you count Generic Boy. Generic Boy is pretty realistic. But none are really based off of real people besides me and Sunny Kitty. Will you do a face reveal? I'm not so sure about that. This gacha club / gacha life Lulu Kitty will always look better than I do. I'm not putting myself down when I say that, I'm just being serious. Any anime or chibi person will always look better than real life. Favorite gacha tubers? Crystal the Weird Potato and Wanofi Monster are both really amazing. They are original and fun. I also really like Zushi. Her editing is really original compared to other gacha tubers. Is you real? I'd hope so. Maybe we're all in a simulation. I don't know. What is your YouTube goal? I just want my views to match my subscriber count. Did you ever swear in real life or in your online life? Well, once or twice on accident. You can blame my brother for that. But I never sweared online or on purpose. Bye.